Hi. Somebody suggested I start doing writing vlogs on my YouTube channel, so that's what these are. Just hoping you guys maybe find my various thoughts about different forms of writing interesting. I don't know. Who knows? Uh, Lately I've been researching. So I've been wanting to really. I was challenged by somebody, and honestly, after doing enough reading on the subject, I like the idea enough that I want to do it. Um, I want to do. I want to do a story about the Roman occupation of Britain, and this leads me into an unusual quandary of a subject because um there's several questions you got to ask yourself. Like, what era do you want to set it in? Because that's 500 years of history. So, you know, that that's more years than, like, say, America has been a country. So, um, that's a big question in and of itself. But the other question is, Um, and this is the thing that really trips me up about several ancient cultures that I'm fascinated in, including the Vikings or the Norse. I don't know how to deal with human sacrifice. It makes me uncomfortable. It makes me physically uncomfortable to deal with the concept of human sacrifice. And so what? And my instinct is usually in these situations that, um, okay, so the deal is, with human sacrifice, is that there's so many historical variations surrounding it. Oh, that's pretentious as hell. A little side digression. I really hate when YouTubers use make nouns into verbs. You'll see that a lot. I think they're called nom-nom-nolials, or I'm just going crazy, but you'll see that a lot. On bigger intellectual channels, is that they'll go I don't know, but you'll notice it anyways. So the problem is essentially that human sacrifice is it, it's a practice that happened. To what extent it happened is really debated, but the problem is, I really love the Celts. I would love to write more about the Celts, and the fact that we don't know precisely what the actual historical thing is. Like, did they sacrifice people or didn't they? There is evidence that they did, but it may have not been as widely practiced as things. But it's just I don't know. It's and this ambiguity, I'm trying to say that word right, is currently driving me crazy because, in the Roman invasion of Britain, the Celts would 100% be the good guys. They're the people trying to preserve their culture and their history from foreign invaders. But if you include that fact, it's kind of hard for you not to go well, the Romans do have a point, because the Romans would have a point if they were doing that. But definitely the Romans were over exaggerating. But if they see, the problem is, no matter what you do, and if it's historically accurate, yeah, but see what I mean? It's just we can all agree it's a bad thing. It's probably good that that practice stopped, but it's also, I have no interest in making history nice and clean. I guess is my point. It's just, I'm a massive coward, and I don't. And when I come up to difficult subjects in writing, sometimes I'm not totally sure how to handle them, because I don't. And that's just the thing. So that's that's my thoughts on human sacrifice. Like, it was bad. We can all agree that it was bad, right? Like, fuck, I don't know. See, this is what these issues I have. It's why I sort of gravitated. I've been gravitating lately to like the medieval period, because like once you get to like the medieval period, like a lot of that stuff is not really there anymore. But there's so much untapped potential in like the fall of the Roman Empire, you know? Anyways, I mean, there's that definitely, and then there's even bigger. The problem is people of that time practice something else that's even bigger, and that is even more of a historical sore spot. Oh god, that's fuck. What am I getting into? Like so much weird slavery. It's slavery. Slavery is bad. Slavery is very bad. On a basic level, it's bad. It's but it was commonplace in medieval times, and I'm gonna be honest, I still don't know how to deal with it. I really don't. I feel a character owning slaves would make immediately a modern audience not like them, as they should, but the thing is, you don't, when you write about historical things, you don't want to make the past. The reason why you don't want to make the past sound better than it was is because people often use that as an excuse to not try and fix real sociological problems. And if you like downplay the relevancy of it, of what actual issues were, then people go like, "Well, what are you talking about? Those issues didn't exist in the past. They weren't real. See, so we shouldn't try and fix stuff now because nothing was wrong and nothing will ever be wrong." And that's bad. That's not a good way to fix anything. And that's the struggle that people deal with. And but from a storytelling perspective, having a character that owns a slave will make the character not appealing at all to modern people. And you could say, well, it would be normal in that time, but we're not. It's impossible to write for people of that time because they all dead. They died. I hate to break it to you, but they're dead. So, I don't know. The solution I often come up with is like, don't talk about people that could even own slaves as a concept. Like, they're not rich. Like, and plus those are the more interesting ones. Or if you want to talk about the nobility, which is to be fair, because that's what we know most about, and that stuff is interesting, then I don't fucking know how to do it. I just don't know how to make it appealing, other than make it and and all in all, like, if I say I wanted to write like a hardcore, like, and then you've got the issue of like I say like a lot, and then there's this whole weird issue of like, how do you deal with, like, okay, you've made the effort, you're gonna put it you're gonna put it out there, you're gonna, like, I'm gonna straight deal with the issue that happened. How do you like end up not fetishizing it? And I don't know that answer either. I really don't. I like to think that I'm, pretty good at like seeing the signs and being delicate about everything, but it's just, I don't know. I wish people in the past were better at being people, because then it would make it easier to write stories about them, because there's a lot of great people of the past who deserve to have their tales like told. I desperately want to write about the court of Raja II of Sicily. That's one I've been wanting to write about for a long time, and I really want to write about. The solution, by the way, I came up with is it's going to be after Rome, and it's going to follow. The story I'm going to write is possible is about the most likely candidate for the real King Arthur, which should be interesting because he's an interesting guy. The Romanized Britain Aurelian. So that's what I'm gonna do. I hope people like it. I hope I finish it. That's the more pertinent question. I'm nervous. I do this, and I don't know why. Because I think it makes people think I'm nice. Look how nice I look. Look how nice I look. See, I'm being all wacky and weird. Anyway, so I'm going to try and do some of these, see if people like it. And I realize now you're getting a very clear shot of my chest hair, so. Oh.